Hey everybody, welcome to etrailer.com. I'm Bobby, and today we're taking a look at the Kuat Transfer V2 2-bike platform rack here on our 2015 Ford Escape. Now this can be an excellent option of getting your bikes to the trailhead. It's a big fan of mine. I like how lightweight and simplistic it is. Very, very easy to throw on your bikes and get going down the road. Now taking a look here, you are getting a great little U-shaped frame here. That's great for getting your bigger bikes, walking right up and putting them in very, very efficiently. You're gonna get underneath that bike. Makes it really easy to mount them. I find too with those cradles, all I have to do, walk up, I can almost just put a finger on there and my bike stays right there, ready for me to bring that ratchet down. So I really do like how well the transfer allows me to go ahead and mount my bikes in a quick and easy fashion. Taking a look too, you are getting a lot of great cradles on here. That front cradle, very wide for ourselves. Again, I think that's where we're really getting that nice kind of set action, holding our bike there. It is just kind of waiting for us. Now the strips aren't anything too crazy, just a little ratchet system to hold down. And that back cradle, not that wide, only about 3 inches. Of course, you do have that nice 18C kind of stainer groove there for most of our bikes, especially helpful for like ours today. The ratcheting arm system works very, very well too. Just comes right down. Won't be coming up unless we actually activate that lever system. And again, I am a big fan of how the Kuat looks on here. Very minimalistic and isn't taking up any room on the back of our Escape. Now talking about its capabilities though, we are on the 1.25" shank version. So unfortunately today we are only about 40-pound capacity per bike. Now if you are wanting that 60-pound capacity per bike, where I think the transfer really starts to shine, you do have to upgrade yourself to the 2-inch version. Or I should say natural version. We do have a converter on today that allows us to get a lot of versatility out of this rack, but we are kind of reducing that overall capacity. Now it ain't going to be hurting us too bad, as we do have a wheel mount on our guys today. That means we have no frame contact. Therefore, we're not going to have a hard time at all getting our carbon frame bikes there. Since we have no frame contact, we're not going to be warping that frame, so we're going to be allowing us to get those guys to the trailhead. And with that too, wheel mounts are a great way to avoid all that pesky headache of frame mounts. Since women's bikes, step-through bikes, and kiddos bikes, they usually have kind of irregularities in their frame, making it hard to make those frame contacts work. This way, we eliminate the entire problem, and we have no trouble at all getting our bikes to where we want to go. Now, some of the great advantages of the transfer, though, we actually do want to go ahead and easily access our hatch wherever we might be. To do so, I can just walk right up. I can actually get 2 hands on my platform here, push down on that lever, and allow this to drop in front of me here. Now, that might be a little harder, too, if you had a second bike. Could be easy to just kind of sneak a foot underneath and allow it to drop kind of action. So I do like how easy that is to actually access. Dropping that out of the way, and it allows me to come right here and open my hatch. Now, the only thing I'd like to say is watch how close it actually gets to our handlebars there. So if you have very large handlebars, it is sitting just a little bit close there. So it's definitely something we either want to put on our furthest bike position, or definitely just kind of watch it as I do. You can get a little bit less play here, as you can see, just kind of making sure that it does clear there. However, nice that we actually are able to open that up, get that hatch open in a quick, concise manner. And to walk it up is even easier than bringing it down. As you saw, I just simply lift. It's going to go ahead and click itself in place, and it's not going to have any play in that position. We are going to know it's nice and secured. Well, our bike's not going to take any time to take off. To do so, I'm just going to walk right up, pop open that back strip, pressing in on that lever to release our ratchet system, getting our strip set to the side, and that brings us to our last kind of contact here. So I don't want this tilting into our vehicle or ourselves, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have a good hand on my bike, use this ergonomic grip of the transfer itself, pressing in on that lever and bringing my arm to the top, out to the side, and now I am free to lift up on my bike and walk it away. I think you'll notice how well that U-frame does of allowing us to walk right up and make sure that we are getting nice and underneath our bike. And personally, that's why I think the 2-inch hitch version is the way you should go with these guys. If you are like us and have a 2-inch hitch on your Escape, I think it's going to afford you a ton more capacity, and you can really start utilizing it because you can get underneath those heavy bikes and walk it right up, which is a huge advantage. On the very end too, you are going to notice we do have a little included cable locking core here. So our cable lock just comes around both of our bikes, plugs right into the side here, and we'll be making sure that our bikes stay to our carrier when we leave them unattended. So love to see that little action. Now, with any hitch-mounted accessory, we're going to have a little length added to our vehicle. Before I get that, though, I want to go ahead and give us a quick little dimension check here on our clearance from the ground to the very end of our carrier. And it looks like our arm system is going to be our furthest point to the ground. That's 17.5 inches. Definitely a length I want to keep considered. Now, we're not too far from the rear of our vehicle here, but just keep in mind, as those front wheels go up, the back will go down, and so will our hitch-mounted accessories. So if you are doing any kind of off-roading, we have a very steep driveway, but just be conscious of that clearance. But talking about length, we definitely are adding just a little bit here to our Escape. Not going to be the longest vehicle we've ever seen, but definitely something we want to keep in mind. From the rear of our bumper here to the very end is putting me right under 34 inches, about 33 and 15/16 to the back of our vehicle. Definitely a little length to consider. We are getting a nice stable platform, and we do have a way of quickly dropping that down. That brings us right back to that handy-dandy lever we were utilizing earlier. I'm just going to go ahead and use my hand today. Push it in real easy and bring this straight up instead of down. It's going to go ahead, clack in place, and as you can see, very little to no play there. Don't think we're going to be feeling this at all in this position if we were driving. Not going to be making any noise. And one thing I love about it too, these arms have very good resistance. It takes quite a lot to actually move these guys. So even if it was jostling, I don't think we're going to have any contact with our vehicle. Now, if it's something you were really worried about, we could go ahead and start utilizing our straps to make sure that they're held in. But with that natural resistance, I don't think we're going to have anything to be worried about. Taking a look from the inside here to our closest point of contact is putting us at 4 1/4 inches there from that big cradle. So pretty good spacing there from the rear of our vehicle. And on the back here of our bumper to the very end, looks like our lever system is going to be our furthest point, and at 12.5 inches, definitely shaving more than half of that space. Now, I don't think we're going to have any trouble getting this in the garage, or at the very least, get a lot more maneuverability to park this guy wherever we need to. Moving our way down to the inside here, though, you are seeing, again, that nice little lever just hanging right there. But on the inside there, we do have our 1 1/4 receiver. We do have a 2-inch sleeve converter on today to allow us to use our 2-inch hitch. And that's kind of the one advantage of the 1 1/4 that you could give yourself. You know, yes, you're going down to that 40-pound capacity per bike, but it is extremely versatile. So you have a couple other different hitches in the family. Can be a great way of utilizing this bike rack on a host of different things. On the inside, you're just seeing a little alignment pin here with a little clip holding it in. But the real power with this guy comes from right here, this little knob here, almost kind of hidden, which is kind of part of it. This is also our anti-rattle device. Yes, as we tighten this down with the included tool, we'll be tightening that cam on the inside of our shank to our receiver, therefore eliminating all that play. As you can see, as I shake this guy, and shaking the entire vehicle as well. That means we're taking a lot of that play out, making for a nice smooth ride for ourselves, our bike rack, and especially our bike. But it also doubles as a security element. On the inside there, it does have a little indent of a tab, so it's not an Allen wrench, it is tool specific, and we can go ahead and tighten that down, and it will be our security measure as well, because you'll need that tool to get it off. So do like to see that. Less kind of like clips and pins to have to worry about. It's all kind of in one system, and it works extremely well. And I do like how well you can get that tightened down, especially for long road trips. We're not having to check it every 50 miles or so. We're going to know we can go ahead, really get it down. It'll be nice and secure for ourselves. Well, the transfer, I think, really starts speaking for itself when you start looking at how easy it is to use. I'm a huge fan of that U-frame. Allows me to walk up my heavy bikes, put them right there, and usually, like I said, they just hang right there, ready for you to start clamping down. Very, very easy system to use. Especially if you find yourself solo riding or just with a few other people, it can be a great little system to use on the go all the time. Again, too, I think it looks pretty clean, and I think it's going to hold up well for us for a long time. Things to look out for, too, though. I think I really like how our backup camera isn't going to be interfered with here. I think that's another huge advantage, that U-frame. A lot of platform styles, you have these big, blocky platforms that are taking up most of that visibility, but for this guy, our rear camera going to have no trouble at all seeing right behind us. Well, I think that about does it for a look at the Kuat Transfer V2 here on our 2015 Ford Escape. I'm Bobby. Thank you for watching.